When are we going live?
Hello and welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network, or in for the first time if you're just joining us for this boys matchup between the Mead Mavericks and your Erie Tigers. Brandon Bird here, and alongside me today will be Grayson Blaylock on color. Kyle Cooper will be running camera, and Ethan Schrow will be producing this basketball game. Thank you so much for joining us in a matchup that has big-time implications here in the Tri-Valley League. Tigers come into tonight at 4-4, but 0-1 in league play. The Mavericks 5-4, 1-0 in league play. And the Mavericks, they have been a good basketball program for the last several years, but no more Michael Ward. And so we'll see a little bit different of a program here this year. In fact, last year, a lot of key varsity players that were stars all across the floor for the Mavericks. You look at last year's team, and actually they are going to do the national anthem again. So we are going to stop talking for just a moment here on the Erie Tiger Network. All right. Thank you for holding on for just a moment while we observe the national anthem. Anyways, we were talking about last year's Maverick team and just how potent they were. They were 21-5 on the year, but they lost their 4 leading scorers. Michael Ward, who averaged 21 points a game, Alex Sandstrom, Daniel Clokey, and Michael Rice, and none of those guys are back, so a completely new team. The leading scorer back from that team last year is Jax Wilkie, and then Derek Edwards, more of a football guy, but he is back as well for the Mavericks, and a pretty young team overall. You look at this team so far this year, Wilkie 16.1, Edwards 12.4, and then a sophomore in Nick Jacobs at 10.4 per game. Real quick, the starters for both of these teams. Starting in the backcourt will be a senior, Ty Larson. It's starting with him is our point guard, Jaden Lucero. Starting as kind of the wing player, a senior, Luke Loy, and alongside him is Jeffrey Farino, and then finally a freshman in the starting lineup for the Tigers in Jordan Nguyen. And for the Mead Mavericks, looking down there, just trying to make sure I got my starters right. Will Marr, Nick Jacobs will start for the Mavericks. Alongside him, David Wilhelm. Also starting is Derek Edwards. Kind of the big man here is Jax Wilkie. And can't quite tell that last starter there for the Mavericks. I think it is Will Marr. And you know what? I have to check. With Wilkie's size, there is a former Colorado Buffalo player that is the current color guy for the Colorado Buffalo basketball team named Scott Wilkie. Not too many Wilkies out there, so be interested to try and find that out. But Grayson, a matchup that's of big time importance here tonight for both these teams.
You're right, it is a big time importance. Erie needs to bounce back following after their loss to Berthoud on Tuesday night. Mead also is going to need to bounce back from loss. They traveled down to Valor Christian in Highlands Range and lost on Tuesday night as well. They got behind early in that one, and they mounted rally in the second half but could never come back. And they do have a league win that they got before break. So this is big for both teams. Mead looking to go 2-0 in league, and Erie looking to get its first win, and a big one at that.
Mead, a tall, long, springy team. Tigers, as we know, small but quick, fast, and relentless. And Tigers, they are going to have to, take care of the ball tonight and just find a way to scrap on the boards. I mean, Mead, several bench players that are taller than, well, Jeffrey Farno is the tallest Tiger. So here we go. Farno will come out and he will take the tip here against Wilkie. Tigers kind of take a defensive posture here. Fans, before we get started, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at Erie Tiger Net. Check out the Erie Tiger Network Instagram. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to do that. And actually, it won't be Wilkie taking the jump. It will be Wilhelm, and he'll tip it ahead. And Mead with it in the blocks. Little shovel off, and Wilhelm off the glass and in. And an and one here on the first play of the game for the Mavericks. So Wilhelm will go to the line. As that one is up and in. Now Larson, he'll bring it over the midline. Ty with it, off to Loy. Luke will work it into the corner. That's Farno, he'll try and drive baseline, kicks it. Lucero, fake, now kicked out. Loy will cut back in, jumper for Luke, that one spins out. Almost tapped out. Nguyen tried to corral it, and back the other way go the Mavericks. Three ball on the way, right side, no good. Rebounded offensively, and a putback, that's no good. Finally picked up there by the Tigers. Here comes Nguyen, head of steam. Tigers here. Already you can tell rebounding going to be an issue here tonight. Nguyen with it, right side. Working here against the man defense. Loy in and tried to shovel it off underneath of Farno, and Farno says, good pass, my bad.
Right, and rebounding is going to be a big thing for the Tigers tonight if they're going, especially not allowing offensive rebounds is going to be the biggest thing. They gave up several offensive rebounds against Berthoud. They can't do that tonight if they want to win.
A little bounce off there to Jacobs, and then a travel called, and a turnover there for the Mavericks. Their first of the night. As Larson will bring it up. Left side to Loy. Larson working against a much bigger player and just takes it all the way to the hole like you should, and then get a foul drawn, but that was after the shot. I think that was away. But hey, you know, you can say it's a mismatch in size, but I love to see Larson's aggressiveness there. Use your speed to get to the rack. I think they're going to call that on Wilkie, indeed. Now Loy with it, catches, drives immediately, pull-up jumper, that one's good. Luke Loy, he's got that excellent touch around the rim. Fun to watch Luke Loy play basketball. Edwards, Football players got it. Tigers in his zone. See a lot of man against the Tigers, so I think Mead trying to figure out what to do here. Trying to work it up top, now down low, and a nice job getting his hand in the passing lane was Farino. Almost stolen away though. Lucero will bring it up into the lane. Lucero left-handed shot, that's no good.
That was good defense by Wilkie. He's just too tall for Lucero to get that shot over him.
Now a little kick back to Wilkie, and the little floater there by Jax is good. Now Farino drives in, draws contact on the floor, gets the bucket, but foul will be on the floor. Second of the game for the Mavericks. That one given to Wilhelm. Tigers get it in. Farino spins in the lane. Little floater is good. Nice little fadeaway jumper there by Farino. Tigers back to within one. Now bounced off. Edwards has it. They'll work it down low, and Wilkie's shot is good, and they will tag, I think, Farino with the foul, and that was a late call. But man, the Tigers, they are gonna have some trouble with Mead's size here tonight.
And it's kind of unfortunate they called it on Farino. There were 2 or 3 other guys in the middle they could have called it on, but they did call it on him.
So Wilkie, the second and one opportunity tonight for the Mavericks, and that one is good.
Now coming off the bench for Ethan Tyson and Jordan Nguyen are Alex Mathis and Ethan Tyson.
Now dribbling in is Lloyd, takes it hard to the hole and lays that one up and in. Tigers being aggressive off the dribble. Like to see that. Good spacing by Erie. Now kick out right side. Little pull-up jumper on the baseline. That will come up short. And they'll call another foul on Farino. And oh man, that is a nightmare for Coach Moline. It's already his second.
And it's the second of 2 fouls for Erie. And if there's one guy you don't want to foul out in this game, it's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, he is an aggressive kid. And now Bryce Myers set to check in here for Erie. Edwards, nice little footwork there and good move off the glass and in. 4-point lead here for the Mavericks. Tigers need Lucero to be real special tonight. Lucero in the corner. Up top, that's Mathis. Coach leaving Farino in. Tyson with it. Nice little up and under move off the window and in. Tyson, who got hit in the face earlier this week, wearing the mask and getting the bucket there.
And he's picking up right where he left off from the Berthoud game. Made a couple of those moves before he got hurt, and doesn't look like anything's changed for him.
And a foul called.
I think that one's going to be on Mathis.
And it will be on Mathis. That's his first. And Wilkie back to the line. And he'll hit that one. Wilkie, 16 points per game. From the line, Wilkie this year a 70% free throw shooter, 21 of 30 coming in, and he's 3 for 3 to start this game here tonight. Bryce Myers checked in here for the Tigers. Mathis right side for Larson, now in the corner. Lloyd trying to attack. Found an open Mathis. Tigers getting a little bit bunched here. See if they can respread the court. Good movement though. And a foul called as Tyson started to drive, and they're gonna call David Wilhelm, I think, with a foul, and that should be his second. Now Trey Ward will check in. Good save there by Ty Larson. Tyson trying to work his way in, kicks out. Mathis thought about the three, now he'll reset. Mathis drives, nice little kick down low. Kick out to Tyson for three, and that one is buried.
That was a great pass from Bryce Meyer to get Tyson the ball.
A crossover dribble there by Ward. Easy to pick up. Ward looks just like his brother in terms of his gangly body. Now a little jumper, and that one kisses off the front of the rim and falls there for Nick Jacobs. 3-point lead here for the Mavericks. Kick out. Tigers trying to attack here. Mathis will dial up the three. That one off the mark though. Now Edwards trying to float one low. Wilkie pushed off, then caught it, just goes underneath and lays it up and in. Mathis had Meyer on the cut, just couldn't quite squeeze it into him. Now Alex drives it, left-handed layup is up and in. Tigers, they can drive against Wilkie. He's not that fleet of foot. And they've done that a couple times so far. And Tigers, a slew of 2-point field goals here, and an up and under move and a travel called on Ward. Now Cody Yop and Jaden Lucero will check back in.
And so will Jordan Nguyen. He's coming in for Tyler Larson.
1:39 left here in the quarter. High scoring quarter. Nguyen with it. Swings it left side for Lucero. Into the corner. Nguyen shot is short. Rebounded almost into the hands of Meyer. Just couldn't quite corral it. Here comes Ward. He'll bring up the floor. No one picks him up. Thought about stepping into the three. Hesitate. And those who hesitate are lost. As that one was no good, but an offensive board there. And once again, you see just the size. That's Tristan Lee, another tall Mead kid. He needs to send some of these tall kids down to Erie. Tigers, not a very big team, but they have made it work. As Lee will hit the first, and so far Mead 5 for 5 from the line. Tigers have yet to shoot a free throw.
Now Wilkie's coming out for the first time all game.
See if the Tigers can maybe tack inside a little more here. Lee's shot is no good. Rebounded there by Meyer. And then a foul called in the backcourt on Caleb Ayers. It's his first. First time we've called his name. 4-point lead here for the Mavericks. Erie played in a nail biter last year. Came down to one of the final possessions, and charge was called against Cam McCurry.
Mead switched to his zone now. They've been playing man with Wilkie in the game, and now with him out, it looks like they're going to switch to his zone.
Yeah, back into the corner. Tigers trying to be patient here against the zone. And stolen away there by Ward. Tigers a little bit off rotation here. Big mismatch down low. Mathis on Lee. Down to win. Guarding Ward. Pick came his way. Tigers playing some tough man defense here. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Mead, I think, wants last shot. And a ticky-tack hand check foul. My goodness.
The refs have been doing a pretty good job, but that was an interesting call. You couldn't even really tell that Nguyen's hand was on the Mead player there. And that's backcourt, Erie ball.
So Erie will now have last shot if they want it. Luke Loy will come in. Cody gets it into Loy. He's hit from behind. Off for Mathis for three. And he tickles the twine. Alex Mathis, before the buzzer, puts the Tigers within one. We will take a timeout. Tigers trail it 16-17 here in Mead on the Erie Tiger Network.
Married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network, 17-16. Tigers trail it after one period of play. And, well, Grayson, I mean, felt like the Tigers were kind of holding on for dear life throughout the period, but only find themselves down one.
You know, it kind of did. When Farina went out of the game, it seemed like they had no size in the middle, with the tallest guy being Alex Mathis, and with Mead having multiple guys taller than him on the floor at a time. But offensively, with Derek Edwards trying to guard Luke Loy is so much quicker than him that he was able to get to the basket for a couple of easy layups that has kept the Tigers in this game so far.
All right, so Tigers will start with the ball here. To start the quarter, Lucero will look to the bench. Still a zone defense here for the Mavericks. And nice catch there, good pump fake by Lucero. And dribbled, we'll say, out of bounds. And a turnover there for the Tigers.
Looked like he just ran out of the room. They were trying to go baseline. They had their two defenders, and he had no room and nowhere to go.
Ward looking. That one's stolen away by Loy. Loy will take it all the way to the rack and lays it up and in.
That'll give the Tigers their first lead of the game. They're up 18-17, 30 seconds into the second quarter.
And gotta love that. Mavericks looking low. Tigers, right now their tallest player might be Jade Lucero out there. Shot off the mark, rebounded by Cody Yap. Cody will bring it out. Kicks it to Nguyen. Thought about it and gets rejected away and fouled. Lee came through and Cody Yap gives a little bump to Lee as he went to go help Nguyen. The thing is, the player has to be able to land cleanly, and Lee just came blowing through Jordan Nguyen.
Well, Jordan Nguyen's about 5'9", 5'10", and Lee looks to be about 6'5", 6'6", so it's not like he had a lot of room there to get that shot off, and that's why Lee sent it back out to half court. But he fouled him before he could get down, and he just made the first free throw.
And that one is good by Nguyen. And now Dion Lucero, first time we've seen him on the broadcast this year. Dion, who missed the first kind of part of the season, kind of recovering from that knee injury he suffered in the state championship game. Zone defense here for the Tigers.
This might be a good call for Erie without Wilkie in the game, especially with Farina on the bench as well. Just because of the size, it allows them to have better defense on the inside.
Tigers with the active hands force another turnover. Now Lucero will kick it to Mathis. Tigers working it. Loy for three. That's off the mark, and the rebound underneath, and there's a push called. I don't know who they're going to call it on for Mead. They will call it on KJ Jacobs. Well, they called on 23. Yep, that is KJ Jacobs. Now Lee will come out, and Wilkie back in. And the Tigers couldn't get it in clean. Cody Yopp said it was tipped by a Maverick, but didn't get the call. Tigers still lead it by 3, though. Kind of a sneaky lead here for Erie. They're a scrappy team, that's for sure. Wide open, Lucero was a little bit out of position. Rebounded, though, offensively, and then reaching in was Cody Yopp on the rebound. He won't like the call, but I don't think Cody's met a call that he does like. As he got kind of caught with his hand in the cookie jar there, did Cody Yopp.
Now Ethan Tyson coming into the game for Cody Yopp. Obviously does his first foul, and he does tend to get a little bit unhappy about those, but it probably was a good call by the ref there.
Now Marr will come to the line. That one is up and good, and we saw a lot of shots. I don't know this, spelled the same. I assume it's a sibling or some family member. Marr in the first game with the girls at the line a lot. Now Marr here, and Wilkie puts up a free throw, or tried to pick up the loose change, and he drew contact. And so another foul.
Yep.
And that's on Dion Lucero. That's his first as Wilkie goes back to the line.
And that without missed free throw from Wilkie, that's Mead's first miss of the game from the free throw line.
Actually, Mead right now 6 of 9 from the stripe. Has that one off the mark. 1 point lead here for the Tigers. Mathis thinking about pulling the trigger. So gets it off to Loy. Lucero drives, kicks to Luke. Too low was the entry pass. Luke will just pick it up and drops it in. Luke Loy, his 6th point of the night. Tigers on top by 3 again. Wilkie driving, and everyone wanting to travel there. They don't get it as Wilkie now has 12. Right side, Tyson trying to back his way in. Up and under again, draws contact, no foul. Back the other way go the Mavericks. And Ethan Tyson, man, he is just the Energizer bunny out there. Just relentless, very quick. Love his energy.
Now Jeffrey Farino's back into the game for the first time after picking up the 2nd foul. He's guarding Wilkie on the inbounds pass. Erie will need him to not pick up another.
Farino's got the rebound. Outlets quick to Tyson. Tyson drives in, pulls up, off the window, too strong. Nice follow by Loy, but can't get it to fall.
That was a great offensive rebound by Loy. Just came in behind everyone. The shot was a little too strong from Tyson, and he was able to put it right back up.
Tigers going quick as soon as they get the ball. They are looking for a quick outlet. As that one is up and in by Loy. By the way, that's Michael Silbernagel on the foul. As Luke Loy hits the front end and gets the 2nd to go. So the Tigers holding their own here, and they're going to force a timeout here from the Mavericks. We are also going to take a timeout. Tigers lead it by 3 here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning. Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network off the inbound here. Tigers showing a little bit of pressure. Trying to trap here now in the half court. 3 ball on the way, and that's good. Good job, Mead. They were poised that time under some pressure and then found the open man and hit the 3. Lucero, nice move inside. Took it all the way to the rack, and one thing's for sure about these Tigers. They are much better at driving the lane. Can they rebound well enough? Another 3-ball. And that's Mar again. So back-to-back triples. Jumper by Farino, he answers right back. Good offensive game here, back and forth. Tigers retake the lead. In the corner now. Mavericks trying to attack low. That's Edwards. He's doubled. Kick out. You know, Mar wanted to shoot the 3. Now Wilkie driving, and he stepped.
Oh
my goodness.
Foul on Farino.
Oh, my goodness. That is on Jeffrey Farino, and I didn't even think he touched him. That is his 3rd.
That's the same call that they called on Nguyen earlier, the hand check. That's a little bit questionable, and out of interest, it's the same ref as well.
And Coach Moline is hot under the collar. And Ward kind of goes over the back, and now a hold called on Lloyd.
Wow. That's 2 fouls in a really short amount of time for Erie. They need to know that the refs are going to call some of those fouls that might be a little ticky-tack. But that is Luke's first. So now Ward at the line shooting for Mead. Ward knocks down the first one.
And Ward hits the second. So 1-point lead here for the Mavericks. Double bonus, by the way, the Mavericks for the rest of this half. Wilkie couldn't get it to go, then goes right through Larson. And
he missed.
No charge, and Coach Moline, I mean, he might have to earn a tech. That's just the way this game is going. Loose change picked up, laid up and in by Nick Jacobs. And Erie quickly back the other way, and there's a foul.
It's a block on
Lloyd.
Edwards.
And you know, one thing is, as a broadcaster at the high school level, you never want to get on the officials. But I'll tell you, so far, 2 trips to Mead for basketball on the Erie Tiger Network and 2 difficult tests.
They have been difficult. Mead, you could say that Mead does have its home court refs at times.
31-30. Between the circles now is Ward, left side. Bouncing off to Edwards. Measuring up the 3 is Ward, that's off the mark. Larson goes high for the rebound. Now tie with it. Left side, Lloyd fires the 3 right away, too strong. Rebounded away by the Mavericks. They'll take it up quickly in transition now. 3-ball by Jacobs. That's no good. And a rebound.
They called a foul on someone. I'm not sure who.
I think they're going to call that on Bryce. No. Thought they were going to call it on Bryce Meyer. Said they will call it on Derek Edwards. No.
I think
Trey Ward.
Yes,
that's his
it
first.
It was Ward.
Here's the thing, though, for me, they have 9 team fouls, but only one player that has more than 1 foul. Now Ty Larson will head to the line. And Larson too strong there on the first. And it was a 1-and-1, and the referees did not catch it.
Ward was the only person on the court that looked like he knew what he was doing right there, and they are going to give the ball to Mead now.
The only person, including the people who are supposed to administer the game. Now Jordan Nguyen back in.
Bryce Myers also in the game. He's getting a lot more playing time with Farno on the bench with 3 fouls.
Coach Moline arguing that it should be a jump ball. Inbounding here is Mead. I don't think they changed the possession arrow. Coach Moline wanted a jump. Hand off there to Ward. Tigers back to man defense. Edwards has it, trying to back down Lucero. Good footwork again is Derek Edwards using that big body of his, and he has 4 points. Mead leads by 3. Now Jaden will bring it up. Kicks it to Jordan. Drives in, bounces back out. Driving in is Loy off the glass and in, and Luke Loy having himself a nice game. He's got 12. Tigers back to within 1. That's his 4th field goal of the night. And a little carry there by Marr, and a turnover there by the Mavericks. Now Cody Yop will check back in. Or set to check back in, I should say. Lucero has it. Nice behind the back dribble down the lane. Left-handed layup is off the window and good. And the foul. So Jaden Lucero hits his first field goal of the night and will go to the line for the and one.
And that foul was on Wilkie. I think that's his second tonight.
Is his second. And the Tigers will now be in the double bonus. Tigers have been 6 of 7 from the stripe.
And immediately as Wilkie picked up his second foul, you see Lee come into the game. Mead's coach obviously not wanting him to get his third.
1:59 remaining here in the quarter. Tigers now lead it by 2 off the nice move. And 1 there for Jaden Lucero. Now 3 ball quickly, and that one is hammered home by Caleb Ayers. His first bucket, he's got 3, and Mead back on top in what has been a very back and forth game. Lucero, the runner in the lane, no good. Bryce Meyer came and tapped it up. And I think they're gonna call a foul on Bryce as he came in hard. He tried to punch the ball back up toward the hoop, and now he gets tagged with his first foul, and Luke Loy will check back into the game. So Derek Edwards will go to the line here for the Mavericks. His first attempt from the line, and that one is off the mark. 9 of 14 from the stripe the Mavericks have been here tonight. 14 free throw attempts. That's no good. Rebound picked up by Lee. Another tap out there by Edwards and out of bounds, and that will go to Erie, and players falling into the bench like crazy.
And I think the Mead player fell between Cooper Hinman and Jeffrey Farno, or maybe between Cooper Hinman and Alex Mathis. Couldn't really tell, but you can see Hinman with the gray shooting shirt on the bench, that he did fall on him.
Tyson for 3, that's off the mark. Rebound is tipped out, and Ethan Tyson picks it up, kicks it to the corner. Lucero for 3, that's off the mark. Rebounded by Lee, gets poked in the face, and then turns it over. Good defense there by Lucero in the win to get back, and a block called on Derek Edwards. And both fans starting to get a little bit surly here.
Yeah, I think there's been about 12 calls fouled on each team, and fans on both sides definitely aren't happy with it. Wynn did a good job of drawing the foul on Edwards, though. He stopped a little bit, and Edwards didn't, and that drew the blocking foul.
Nguyen will hit the first, and man, Fun to see Jordan Nguyen, only a freshman here, an extremely hard worker on his basketball game. And you pretty much see Nguyen every time you go to the Erie Rec Center. Ball is mishandled there on the rebound by Lee. He jumped too early. No need to do that when you are at least 4 inches taller than everyone else on the floor, and Cody Opp gets fouled. And so Cody Opp to the line. And that one is up and good for Cody.
That'll let Erie take the lead with a minute 6 remaining in the second quarter.
Up again. And that one falls again.
It's kind of interesting. The Mead student section gets really loud before the free throw, and then the Erie one after.
Lee, layup is good after Nguyen thought he had the pocket picked, started going the other way, and then just lost possession, and they were able to shovel it down to Lee. Now another foul for, my goodness.
That's a block on Maher, I believe. It is on Maher. That's his second of the game.
I think they actually gave that one to Trey Ward. And Tyson hits the first. And the Tigers have been good from the line. That one off the mark, and another offensive board. Man, now Nguyen has it. Had a gap there for a second. They'll reset here. Surprising when Erie can get offensive boards. Pass down low, and that just was misfired a little bit. Good find to try and get it down there to Tyson. Just misfired, a little bit inaccurate from Loy. 28 seconds left. Ward drives, kicks, 3-ball on the way. That is no good. Rebounded by Yop. Yop bumps off of a player, bounces up, and that one's stolen away by Ward. Now a little up and under, no need for that. Lee gets the offensive board and puts it right back up and in. Tristan Lee, and a timeout here for Erie with 7 seconds left. They want to dial something up. So they try and retake the lead going into halftime, down by 1. It's been a seesaw battle here in this game. Fun to watch.
You're right, it has. And if I'm Coach Moon, I'd put Alex Mathis in the game right here just to give them an extra perimeter shooter. Obviously, you've got 7 seconds left in the game, or not the game, but the half. And so down by 1, you need a quick shot, and you need some guys that can shoot. So Mathis would be, that's a good shooter, and would be a good choice to take this shot.
Go Airheads Airsoft Field and Store in Erie gives children, teens, and adults an exhilarating, unforgettable experience in a unique battle zone. Play against your friends and friends-to-be. For more info, be sure to check them online at goairheads.com. So, 1-point lead for the Mavericks. 7 seconds left here. Erie will have last shot. They will go with Loy, Lucero, Yop, Nguyen, and Tyson. That is a real small lineup. And yet the Tigers have found a way.
Calling it a small lineup is probably a little bit of an understatement. Mead has 3 players that are taller than anyone Erie has on the court right now.
Nguyen drives, kicks, Lucero, 3-ball on the way, too strong. Yop tried to tip it up and couldn't get it to go. And the Tigers will head into the locker room down 1 in what was an entertaining, albeit a very foul-laden first half of play. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching the Erie Tiger Network.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Chiropractors don't treat your symptoms. We treat the cause of your symptoms. On your first visit, we'll review your medical history and examine your vital signs, posture, strength, and reflexes. We'll also perform tests which are designed to give us insight into what may be causing your problem. The doctors at Great Day Chiropractic don't just treat adults. We also treat children of all ages. We're located in historic Old Town Erie at 515 Briggs Street. We're open 5 days a week from Monday through Friday and the second and fourth Saturdays of each month.
No, I just left it where it's at and just don't even care.
We're making about $7.
So that's I swear he's deaf unless he hears music.
Did you unplug it?
There are chairs up there.
Yeah, it's like mine, but there's no tape.
No tape.
Ethan, I hope you know you're on right now.
Yeah, and we can hear it.
Erie Tiger Network.
Welcome back in here for half number 2 as the Tigers trail it by 1. And they will start with the ball here in half number 2. This time going right to left there on your screen. Good half for Luke Lloyd, 12 points. Now Lucero. Now back the other way for the Mavericks. Brandon Bird, Grayson Blaylock here with you. As the Tigers looking to steal a win here in Mead. Mead certainly the team with more size as that one is up and in. Tigers have been playing with a lot of grit as Wilhelm gets the shot to go. Lucero's shot is short. Good rebound there by Larson and just couldn't get the putback. Tigers need some of those shots to fall here. Now driving in, Wilhelm off the glass in it. Thought he might have changed his pivot foot or slid the pivot. Lucero, nice spinner into the lane and gets that one to go. So Jaden Lucero has the first field goal of the half for the Tigers. Lead back to 3 here for the Mavericks. Marr with it. Marr will swing it far side. Now down low, Edwards, the little layup. Good backdoor cut there. That time for Edwards, and Mead has started out really solid here offensively. Now Jaden drives, pulls out, kicks. Farino been quiet, but hasn't been able to play much. He has 3 fouls and 2 fouls in the first minute and a half of the game, and then came back in and drew a foul immediately. Farino, nice little crossover down the lane, off the glass, draws contact, no foul, gets his own rebound and puts it up and in.
That's a good play for Farino. Like you said, he hasn't had much playing time today, so that's a good shot for him to get into the rhythm of things. 6
points now for Jeffrey. Marr swings it right side, wide open, but not taking the shot that time was Nick Jacobs. Nice little hesitation there by Wilkie, and that shot is up and in.
Mead's gone back to his zone here. They were playing some man-and zone in the first half, and now it looks like they've started out in zone.
Jaden shot off the mark. He pulled the trigger from deep. 5-point lead here for Mead. Tigers need to be careful, and good job as Jeffrey thought he tipped it off of Wilkie and then out of bounds. Thought that was the correct call, though. Edwards trying to back down, and ball is tipped out by Wilkie. Tiger fans wanted the 3-second call there.
Edwards passes Wilkie, but he just couldn't hold on to it. Now the Tigers have the ball. Tyler Larson bringing it up the court.
Now Farino dribbles off the leg of Edwards. Kicks it out to Larson. They have Lucero. Fakes, drives, pulls up, off the window and in. And Jaden, he's been crafty here today. I'd like to see Jaden be a lot more aggressive. He's so skilled offensively. Now kick into the corner. They'll kick it. They work it around, and no shot, a block called on the floor. And that's going to be on Luke Lloyd. That is his 2nd foul. And hey, how about that? We are 3.5 minutes in, and that's our first whistle of the half.
Well, that's certainly a pleasant change from the first half where we had over 6 whistles by this time in the game. So good news for both teams, as that should help both the foul trouble that each of them have.
Wilkie has it working on Jeffrey. Jeffrey trying to stay vertical. Wilkie's shot too strong, rebounded by Lloyd. Tigers trail by 3. They'll push it ahead. Nice pass there, and it was tipped. into Tyson, and then he couldn't corral it. It was just tipped, and Tyson on the redirect just couldn't control it. Now Marr will bring it up. Wilkie catches low, no one there. It goes straight up. Easy bucket for him. Just kind of got lost in the shuffle. Not sure how you lose that big of a kid. And a timeout here by Coach Moline. Doesn't like what he's seeing to start the half here defensively, as the Tigers have surrendered 5 field goals here in the early going, and they trail it by 5 here midway through the third quarter. Well, Grayson, your Coach Moline in that timeout. What are you telling your guys?
Right now, I'd just be telling them to focus, just come out and play the basketball they played in the first half. They played really well all first half, played scrappy, played aggressive, and I'd also be telling them to get Luke Lloyd the ball. He had 12 points in the first half. I don't think he has any yet, and a shot by him would really get the whole offense going again.
Fans, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Erie TigerNet. You can like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Now Lucero will bring it up here over the midline. 3:44 and counting here in this quarter. Loy had a big first half. See if he can reignite. Ferno looks left for Tyson, drives in into the much bigger Wilkie, and then just tried to kind of force it. Now driving through, drawing the contact, and I think they're going to call that on Jeffrey Ferno. And the same ref, I think, has called every foul on Jeffrey Ferno.
I do think it's been the same ref every single time, and right there I thought the foul was on Loy.
It was on Loy.
And Ferno came in late, and then the ref whistled him for it. And if there's any plus side for the Tigers, it's that they did play their best ball when Ferno wasn't on the floor in the first half, just having to go smaller and move the ball around faster. He only played about 4 minutes in that first half, so you've got to think that they will be fine, at least for a while, without him in the game.
Tyson catches in the corners. Tigers break the press with ease there. Much quicker team. Loy kicks into the corner. Tyson, pull-up jumper. That's no good, and rebounded by Edwards. That is Tyson's shot. You like when he can penetrate and get the jumper. He gets so much lift on that jumper. Now Wilkie, the little sky hook, and he's got 18. Tigers need to settle down here. Loy with the nice floater. That's his first bucket of the half. Just the 4th field goal of the half so far, and now a foul on to win as he was trying to chase down Jacobs and gave him kind of a little forearm shiver.
And I do think that's Nguyen's second, but obviously with Jeffrey having 4, you're not, if you're Coach Moline, you're not really worried about 2 fouls right now.
One off the mark there. Mead is now shot 18 free throws here tonight, at least 18. Might have missed 1 or 2. 11 for 18 unofficially, as that one is up and good. Tigers trail by 8. This is the biggest lead of the game. The win kicks it to the corner for 3. Loy, that one kisses the front of the iron and then falls. Shooter's touch, Luke Loy. Back to a 5-point game. Tigers trying to trap, and Mathis just, an eyelash late. Three ball in the way from the corner. That's no good. Rebound is rattled around. Finally picked up by Mathis. Mathis had to win, but just didn't see him in time. Now Mathis will shovel it off to Tyson. Almost lost control. Wilkie got out on him, and Tyson tried to shove it off low to Loy and just threw it out of bounds. Now Bryce Meyer will check in for Ethan Tyson.
And you can see Ethan Tyson with the mask on right now. You can't help but wonder if maybe that, and it just looked like one of the straps is loose, is affecting a couple of the passes that he hasn't been able to connect on. Wilkie down low in the post.
Wilkie gets rejected by Mathis. Just reached in behind and popped it through the hands. Put that on the highlight reel for Mathis.
Now Lee coming into the game for Wilkie.
One thing, you really do not want Wilkie to even catch it down there, and he's done that far too many times. It's one thing to just be tall, get a rebound, and as Lee puts that one home. It's another thing to catch the ball underneath the hoop. Tigers got to do a better job. Meyer tried to dribble, got it poked away, and here come the Mavericks. Good little poke there, and the win gets called, and
Coach Moline is livid right now. That's Nguyen's third, and now you are going to start to worry a little bit about him too, with Farino having 4 as well.
Man, I rarely see Coach Moline this hot at the officials, and he is ready to blow his top.
And I've played for Coach Moline, and never once have I ever seen him get as mad as I think he just did. He definitely didn't like that call.
7-point lead, Mavericks basketball. Mar with it, looking for a cutter. Backs it out and resets down the lane, kick out, 3 ball on the way, that is short. No one there for the Tigers. Could have been called a foul there. Tipped out between the legs of Meyer. And now a foul called by Meyer. It's his second. Team 5th, and not one foul called in this quarter on the Mavericks. Three ball. That's off the mark. And layup is up and in as the Tigers just have struggled to box out here in this half, and it's hurting them big time now. Mathis right side, he'll drive in with the left hand, puts it up, and that is the first foul called on Mead in the half.
That's also on Lee. I believe that's his third, which is what you want if you're an Erie fan, and it is his third. So obviously with him and Edwards both having 3 fouls, and Wilkie also having 3 fouls, that's kind of the situation you want to have if you're Erie with Mead's big men.
Now Dion Lucero will check in. Dion trying to provide a spark here.
And Kevin Loy is set to check in for Alex Mathis after this free throw. That's going to be his first minutes this game.
Alex Mathis hits. And he's got 6. Well, you got a scrappy bunch out there. Kevin Loy, Dion Lucero, Bryce Meyer, Ty Larson, and Cody Yop. I think Coach Moline just doesn't want anyone to pick up a foul here as Dion almost got in the passing lane and Ty Larson tries to steal it. It's tipped away, and man, the length of Mead just really shown itself here in this quarter. And a travel, and they will call a push. I thought they were going to call a travel as he was pretty much hopping on 1 foot and 12.8 left.
And I think they're going to call that on Cody Yop, which I believe will be his second.
And no foul is the call. They called a timeout before the foul. So instead of a bailout foul, you get a bailout timeout here for the Mavericks by Coach Reese. Oh boy. Still an 8-point game. Erie's certainly in this. But you look and, man, it just, they have played almost this entire game without Jeffrey Farino. Jordan Nguyen has a trio of fouls. And so, and then you combine that with some turnovers, and the Tigers have really struggled here in this quarter. And now a hold called on Yop.
And that's his third.
Now down low. Shot up and another foul on Yop.
That'll be his fourth, and it doesn't look like Coach Mead's going to send anyone in for him. And maybe you can hear, but there's some unhappy reactions coming from the Erie stands around us. But without Farron on the floor, Erie really doesn't have a defensive answer for Wilkie.
Kick ball there. 4.9 left. Tigers hoping to get the last shot off.
And that's a lucky call there because Bryce Meyer passes to Dion Lucero, who was running up the floor. So it would have gone out of bounds if the Mead player had not kicked the ball there.
Four seconds. Tyler driving in, put up the shot, and thought they might have called a goaltend, and they don't.
And the entire Erie team there was off the bench pointing at the basket. Obviously, they're not really happy with the officiating this quarter. 7-1 fouls. And while you try to not complain about the officials,
we're actually going to take a timeout here. Tigers trail up by 9. We'll head to the fourth quarter here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
All right, welcome back in. Whew. 9-point lead here for the Mavericks. Jeffrey Farino back in. Actually, the starting lineup back in here for the Tigers. Playing a little 1-3-1, trying to trap. Ayers with it. Back up top to Mark. Ayers catches, pulls back for 3. That's short. Rebound by Lee as Larson doing everything he can to box him out, but just size mismatch too much. Down to win. Swing it to Farino. See if they can get Jeffrey going. Kicks it to Larson, wants it right back. Catches high and is fouled by Edwards. And oh my gosh, that's just, that's not a good call there on Edwards. You want to see it called evenly, but you don't want to see them try and even it up for the sake of evening up out of ticky-tackness.
Yeah, that's right. And if you're Erie, you do like to call the fact that it's on Edwards, that it's his third.
And another ticky-tack. And that hurts Erie. See, I mean, call it. God.
And that's Lee's 4th foul. And with Erie not in the bonus, that does hurt them a lot because they're just going to have to keep inbounding it and resetting their offense.
I've only ever lost it twice due to officials, and both have been in this gym. My goodness. And a double dribble, travel. All kinds of stuff going on there. By the way, that was the 4th on Tristan Lee. Now Lucero in, layup with the left hand, comes up a little bit short. Tigers down 11. They gotta start getting those buckets to fall. And the pass will sail out of bounds as they were trying to feed it low to KJ Jacobs. And a timeout here coming from Coach Moline. We'll take another timeout. 6:40 remaining. Tigers trail by 11 here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Lucero will bring it up here out of the timeout. Tigers desperately need a bucket here. Kind of were down by about this much last time they played these guys, and there's a big 3 from Jaden Lucero. Jaden has had a nice half. He now has 10 in the game. Larson trying to attack. Edwards drives in, runners up and good. And that's a product of Ferno playing with 4 fouls. Had to kind of give away the area. Then on the other end, Ferno lays it up and in. Coach Moline just begging for the foul.
Good defense from Tyler Larson.
What is good by Edwards. Well, Tigers hit a couple. They got to get some stops paired with some hits. Ferno, a pull up. That's no good. Smaller lineup on the floor here for the Mavericks. And you see Jeffrey there, no help defense, just doesn't want to pick up foul number 5. And another timeout here coming from Coach Moline. That's a full timeout.
Right.
We'll step aside again, 5:04 remaining here on the Erie Tiger Network. Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Tigers trail up by 12 here. And what has been a close game through most of the game, but it just kind of run away here from Erie in the last few minutes. The Win has it. Tigers trying to break the press. Lucero across the midline. He's being trapped. Gets it off to Tyson. Feeds it low for Jordan to win. Drives in. Shots blocked. Picked up by Lucero. Kicks it out. Farino for three, and that one just off the mark. Looked like it was good when it left the fingertips. And Farino, a nice steal there, and then a foul called on Caleb Ayers. And that takes away another Erie fast break.
And if you meet these are good fouls for them, that's Ayers' second, but it stops the fast breaks, and Ayers not in the bonus yet. So allows Mead a chance to set up their defense.
Erie has a long way to go to the bonus at this juncture in the game. Lucero tried to cut, use that speed. Tyson drives in, kicks. Farino for three, that one's short. Marr with the rebound. And probably could have tagged Deion Lucero there with a charge cutting through the lane. Layup's no good. Wilkie gets his own rebound. Layup's up and in, and the foul. And Wilkie's got 21. And I think that'll be on Ethan Tyson. And one more timeout here from Coach Moline. We'll stick right here, though. Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area for years. Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today, 303-949-3331. Or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com. So Wilkie back to the line. Wilkie puts up the shot, and that's up and in. 6 for 9 tonight from the stripe. Nguyen has it. He hasn't really gotten it going offensively, has Jordan tonight. It's just a big-time size mismatch for Jordan. Now a shot on the way, no good. Rebounded by Tyson. He'll put it up. That's no good. And Tigers just kind of grasping at straws right now. Rushing their shots a little bit. And Edwards will lose it to Nguyen. Tries to weave through the lane, and a little touch pass there by Lucero. Good thought. Just couldn't quite get it out of his hand, and a nice layup there by Farino. That's what the Tigers have been missing all game. 10 points now for Farino despite his limited minutes. And a travel. Nope. Foul called. And Tyson gets tagged. And Coach Moline is in the ear of the official. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a tech yet. I think he's trying to get a tech, honestly, at this point. That one's off the mark.
And I think one thing that's making Coach Moline upset is that a lot of these late foul calls are coming from the official at half court instead of the official under the basket who has a better view at it.
That one is no good. And now a foul called on Wilkie. Stolen there. Runner, no good. Tipped up. Ferno with the board. He's trying to look up as quickly as he can. Gets it off to Nguyen. Tigers have some numbers. Nguyen in. Runner gets it to go. Jordan Nguyen. His first bucket of the game. And he'll go to the line where he's made 3 of his 4 free throws tonight. Tigers back to within 11.
And Nguyen makes his 4th of 5 to cut it to a 10-point lead for Mead.
Turning down our mic there just in case. Erie fans starting to get a little bit riled. As that free throw is up and good there by Marr.
That's a great block right there by Luke Loy, and then a great pass to Lucero, and he will finish and 1. Lucero going to the line to try to make it a 8-point game with 2:47 left in the 4th quarter.
Tigers aren't giving up. It's been an adverse time, but they're still scrapping here. Lucero 1 of 1 tonight from the line. That one is good. So 13 points for Jane Lucero. Tigers trying to employ the press. And Nguyen tried to get to the ball, and they'll call a reach.
And that's Nguyen's 4th foul. And right now, if I'm Coach Moline, I'm just going to leave Nguyen in the game. You've got to have your best 5 out there, and this is obviously the 5 guys that he trusts right now.
Well, to the line goes Jacobs, and Jacobs, a 41% free throw shooter. So he's had plenty of opportunities this year. And that one no good. So I think you have the right man at the line if you're the Tigers. You're down 8. You've been scrapping. They could get another bucket. Here, this could change the game. Good pass there. Tyson just blows by Wilkie and lays it up and in. And the Tigers trading 1 for 2s. That's a good recipe. Now Wilkie with it. Down low, and that's tipped away. And that was last touch by Jaden Lucero. 2:22 left. Tigers still in this. Somehow down by 7. They've been slowly chipping away. Edwards catches, traveled, but turned it over. Loy up to Jane Lucero. He's going to blow by Wilkie. Left-hand layup is short. Oh, that would have cut it to 5. Now bounced off into nowhere. And the Tigers causing the Mavericks to short circuit a little bit here with pressure. I'm Coach Reese. I might consider calling a timeout and recalibrating the unit. Floater down low. Lucero catches and it gets fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2. And that's the first free throws of the night for Jeffrey Farno.
And along with what you're saying about the defense, Ethan Tyson and Jordan Nguyen have been at the head of that, and I believe they have 3 and 4 fouls respectively, but they're playing like they have none, and it's working out for Erie so far as they cut Mead's largest lead of the game, which was 15 points, down to 7 now.
Now 2-possession game. Tigers, good job with the press. Almost Misstepping there was Edwards, and a layup that time. And a timeout called here by the Mavericks. Back to a 3-possession game, but the Tigers trying to make it interesting. We'll take our last timeout here. Tigers trail at 75-67. 1:52 left on the clock here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
Welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. Full timeout here from the Mavericks as they try and kind of reset. They did get that bucket though. Tigers trying to trap, and then finally the Mavericks able to break it. Edwards with a good pass and a layup there. So Tigers have been fighting and scrapping. They got it down to 2 possessions. It's back to 8. They can get it back to 2 possessions here, 1:50. There's still plenty of time left, although it feels like there's almost none left. This game's been going on a while, and now a soft call there.
It's going to be a push called on Trey Ward, and I'm not sure which one that is for him. That'll be his 3rd of the game. And now that Erie's in the bonus, it's a 1-and-1 for Jaden. He misses the first. Wilkie grabs the board, and Ward brings it up the floor.
Big missed free throw there. Wilkie almost lost it, picked it up off to Marr, and he lays it up and in. And now we're in real desperation mode. First bucket of the half there for Marr. Tyson takes it to the rack and lays it in. Erie's got a trap here, and there is the foul on Loy. At this point, just gotta really have to foul. I believe that's his 3rd, and it is. Double bonus, though. I think if anything, as soon as there's a missed free throw there by Edwards, as soon as Nick Jacobs catches the ball, you'd like to see maybe the Tigers try and foul him. So 9-point game here.
And Coach Reese, almost instead of reading your mind, just pulled Nick Jacobs out of the game for another player who I'm guessing is a significantly better free throw shooter.
Nguyen catches, gets the foul, and 1. All right, scoring with a stop clock. That would be ideal here for the Tigers. That's the 8th point of the night for Jordan Nguyen. They will actually put Jacobs back in. Offense for defense.
And that's because Jacobs is coming back in because Wilkie just fouled out.
Yeah, Wilkie out of the game. Now Nguyen trying to make it a 6-point game again. Oh, that rims out. Good offensive board, though, by Loy. Puts it up and in. Luke Loy cuts it back to 5 with 48 seconds left. That's who you want to foul, but you don't want Farino to foul him. And, oh, my gosh, all ball.
He's fouled out, and now Larson and Tyson are going to come into the game. That's going to be Nguyen's 5th, and he had all ball, to put it mildly. And you could see that the Erie bench exploded with that call, and that's the same ref that's been calling the same ones all night.
Ball don't lie,
Fair,
missed
no.
free throw. little heated here.
42 seconds left, Erie down by 5. This is Ward's second free throw.
Ward hits that one. Tigers only down 2 possessions. They have not been hitting a ton of threes. They've been getting a lot more and ones, or in the case of the last time, a missed free throw and a putback by Luke Loy. Oh man, this game has been an interesting one.
I don't know if that
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network.
You do that for me?
Well, a little bit disheveled.
Talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning. Who is this?
It's Jake.
Okay, we're back, and we're going to stay back here for the remainder of the game. Tigers have been clawing and scratching to stay in this game. 19 points from Luke Loy, 11 from Jeffrey Farino, 13 from Jade Lucero, 8 from Jordan DeWin, 9 from Ethan Tyson. Those are your starters. Minus Tyson. Ty Larson does have 1. Now off into the corner. That's Jaden. Wanted the 3. Nice backdoor pass to Tyson, an overshot. And then a foul called on Loy.
And that's Loy's 4th as well, and the entire Tiger bench was jumping up wanting the jump ball, but the same ref again is going to call the foul.
I think Tyson got a little bit excited there as he drove in and had a little too much mustard behind that one. As Wilhelm will go to the line, and that one's too strong. And that one will rattle home. Tigers really just need a 3 ball. Larson trying to get rid of it quickly. Loy, turnaround jumper. That's not what you need if you're the Tigers. Needed a 3 ball. Forced a 2, and that will pretty much do it. And 10 seconds, the call. Well, no, I don't see Reggie Miller out there, so not sure the Tigers could quite pull off the comeback. But I thought they fought pretty valiantly here tonight. Good little move there by Farino. He's got 13.
They will just run out the clock.
That'll do it. We're going to be done with this broadcast before we get into any more trouble. Tigers fall by a final score of 75-80. We'll see you for our next broadcast next week. For Grayson, Ethan, and Kyle, I'm Brandon. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night, everybody.